Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Played with Meg and Mike. We are here today after a Navala Tribal Council, where unfortunately the 15th player voted out of the game was Amanda, who was back. That's a big picture. Who was back after 13 years not playing the game. So Amanda, sorry to see you here. Do you want to give the viewers a little bit of a kind of understanding of why you got voted out today? It's pretty obvious, but
Yeah, obviously pretty obvious. Like we have 4 of the quote unquote bastards left and me, so I was the next person. And it's been a joke. Like I knew it was either going to be like me or Graham, and Graham obviously went to Kobara. So it's me, and it was fine. I knew it was coming, so it wasn't a surprise. Yeah.
I have feelings about this, and my feelings are 1, Navala, how dare you, and 2, shame on you. And I want each and every one of those men to think about a time in their life when it's been easier for them to go roll with their homies instead of like trying something new and sticking up for a lady in their life. That's what I want them to reflect on and think about. That.
I agree with you, Meg, and I think that they did. Because I've had some discussions with some of the guys, like when we pre-vote and stuff, and they definitely did not want to vote me, but I was like, guys, let's try something a little bit different. Let's not make it as obvious. And they're like, but obvious has been working until who knows if merge is going to happen soon. Only Mike knows that, but I tried.
Give us a hint, Mike.
Can't give anybody a hint. Sorry.
Yeah. Everyone that watches the video, they're gonna be like, "Oh, shock and awe! Amanda got voted out."
It's just so unoriginal.
I know. I said the exact same thing the whole time, the whole week, for the last 2 weeks. I've said the same thing. Yes, well, I agree.
And as the tribe swap was happening live, right? It was completely random, so I didn't know. We took that risk to see how it would end up. We saw Chris, James, John, and Peter get put on that tribe, and it was like, okay, anybody on that tribe with them, because it's 7 people and there's 4 of them, is going to be in a minority, and that's kind of a bummer, but that's also the way it works. And so immediately, did you still try and kind of get to work and see what cracks you could either form or exploit?
I tried to exploit already a couple times, and I tried to get in there a tiny bit, and there some pushback, some if you can get somebody else, sure, I'll go with you.
Name names. Who almost turned?
No, I can't name. I'm not allowed to name names.
I think that's a little too much. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but everyone was super respectful. They were very kind to me, and I have no qualms with. Well, there was maybe one incident where someone wasn't kind, i.e. Chris Pittman. But besides that, everybody else has been really great, and I have no complaints. It was fun.
So what got you to play again in the first place?
I don't know. It looked like fun. I was like, oh, this is something that I could do. Just I literally had zero idea what I was getting into, though. Just as a note, I had no idea it was going to take up this much time or this much social effort. But I
yes, you did, Mike. Yes, you did.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you start a season what it's going to entail, because it's been a lot.
Do you have a favorite season, Mike? Has this been your favorite season of all the seasons? Or no, not yet?
This is tricky. Not yet, obviously. It's not finished yet. We have to see. I've had seasons in the past not finish at all. So, knock on wood. So not yet. Last season, of course, Meg winning she's a very good winner, very gracious winner, and worked really hard for it. And that's something you want to see. So we'll see. And Amanda, when the game started and you saw your tribe, how did were there a few people who you kind of instantly saw and I want to work with those people? And if so, who were those people?
Well, before the game started, Chris sent me a message and he was like, hey, we're on the same tribe. And I was like, what? I hadn't even really looked yet. And so he reached out first, and then Silas and I were roommates before, so I knew Silas pre everything too. And he's like, "Are you ready for this?" And it was, yeah. So I had two people that I was pretty like that I knew out of everyone else, with just the two people really from the beginning. Yeah.
And then Silas got voted out at your first tribal council.
That was the worst vote ever. I was so stressed out. Because like I
And you
knew
voted,
Chris and Silas, and I was like, I can't vote Silas. I was like, I can't do that. I was like, this is literally our first vote. I promised him, and so I voted. I didn't vote Silas, so I was
You
really
voted for
happy that
James.
yeah, and James did not let me forget that.
And maybe I didn't ask you about it today, but he might have still been thinking about that payback.
No, he voted for me last week. So he said, because they split the vote, and he said now we're even. So, but I guess he voted me tonight, so we're not even anymore.
Carry that vengeance with you and keep it in your deck of cards until you need to play it. It's coming for him.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm not upset.
Yeah. Well, and luckily
I'm
after that
upset for you.
vote, yeah. And me too, because I talked to some of the guys in the tribe too, and I wasn't trying to get them to flip on each other, but still trying to let them know that the obvious vote is the lamest vote.
It is definitely the lamest vote. I've said that numerous weeks. Like Dave was the lamest vote, Andre was the lamest vote. I was like, you guys are just a suck. I was like, I obviously have no choice. Well, not much of a choice to vote, like besides vote with the majority, but I was like, you guys can't just pick the obvious people and peg them off. Like, you don't even know these people. And you're like, that's why it's easy. We can vote them off because we don't know who they are. But yeah. But I had made it very clear the obvious vote was the dumbest vote. Yeah.
What about you dildos? Who do you want to see voted out next?
Like out of my own tribe?
Yeah. You know what? Yes. Or whoever.
I don't know if I could pick someone. Let me see.
We're on the hot seat then. Who do you want to see like squirm?
You know what? I'd like to see Pete squirm a tiny bit. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Nice.
I like to see him like make a tiny bit more effort. Like I know that he had a really a rough week with the mold situation and kids getting in the way and work and stuff. But I would like to see him make a tiny bit more effort. Like it was crickets in our chat this week, like crickets. And I was like, come on, like make it a bit more fun. Because I knew it was my last week. I was like, make it a bit more fun for me. Like, let's end this with a bang. But no, it was crickets. So yeah, but I see Pete. I think they should make
Pete.
him squirm. I love it. Yeah, they should make him squirm a tiny bit.
Yeah, no show Pete. Who do you want? Do you have anybody who you'd like to see win the game?
I don't know John very well, but I think that's pretty awesome that he's been to so many tribals and somehow escaped not being voted, which has been pretty awesome for him. And he's smart. He's very smart. So I have some good respect for him, but I know him the least out of everybody in Navala. Well, probably, him and Pete, I know them the least, but I've talked to John probably the least amount. But yeah, I think he has potential to go all the way. Like he's smart and he was quick with the challenges and the fact that he's been from a losing tribe to a winning tribe to a losing tribe. I think gives him a little bit of a chance.
Quite an arc, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not the first person to pick John, and he has played a very, I'd say, respectable and respectful game, for sure. Is there anything you would have done differently? Kind of looking back, obviously you couldn't control the swap, but any relationship you would make stronger, or fire you would start, or anything like that?
I don't know if there was with Dave in the last week vote. I said maybe a few things I shouldn't have. I was a little bit. I was like, just do it. And I was kind of rude to him a tiny bit. So I kind of regret a couple things that I said there, but I don't think I would have changed any of my votes or relationships and stuff. Yeah.
I don't have any other questions for you today.
I I wish we
know,
could have heard more from you. I was really rooting for you all the way through. Would love to see in that merge. And I would love to see a merge.
I'd love to see some ladies. Yeah, some ladies get up there and stay in longer than some of the guys because there's not really many left. And yeah, but there is some some really quality guys that I think could win too.
Well, and speaking of that, we had 12 guys voted out before Sasha last week, and Mariska left earlier, but she had to leave. She volunteered to leave, and so before Sasha was voted out, and now there's been 2 women, there was 12 guys voted out. So I think that you all did a great job. And last season was kind of the same as, there was some women voted out early, but in general, the season started with much less women, and the men were all voted out at a higher rate, and we had a final 2 of women last season. And so hoping that we can continue that trend this season, although there's even less joining. Anything you want to let the folks in the game know just about any not necessarily a threat or anything like that, but just
Eric Grievance.
Yeah, Eric Grievance. Leave a.
Do I have any grievances? I don't know if I really have any. I wished that someone maybe would have turned this week and just kind of did a little bit of a mix up, because I think the merge is going to be coming very, very soon. So it would have been nice for them, because they're not going to make it very far when we hit the merge, because I don't know who they have waiting for them on the other tribes, but I think that a mix-up would have been a really good thing for them, because it would have showed that they were open to different offers. They're literally going in as 4 people, and I think they'll be targeted as soon as they get there. And yeah, they should have showed a bit more openness to offers for other people to come in too.
Just creativity, right?
Yeah.
One of the things I've been writing my posts and for tonight, and the one thing that struck me is if they're such a tight 4, they're going to have a harder time getting further in the game than if they were 3 plus you, who you might have an easier time connecting with the folks on Kobara, or maybe some other folks in the game. You know Kyle from before, and then maybe you could reconnect with Chelsea from kind of all the conversations that you guys were having on Kobara. So you might be a better link to the rest of the game than somebody that was already in the 4.
Yeah, I think so too. Meg, if they lost, if Novella lost next week and there was just the 4 of them left, who do you think they'd vote out? I'm curious what you would think.
Ooh.
Who do you think they'd target?
I don't know. I would like to see Chris go, because he's got an attitude, and he's got he keeps making these people who are leaving feel bad, and I think that would be a pretty interesting next move to see what happens next, with Kyle on the other side too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he listens
know
to these,
that family links are a liability in this game this season.
Yeah,
we've been hearing that. Well, Amanda, thanks again for coming back and for playing the game.
What should I watch?
Okay, so this is where I become very boring. I don't have a TV.
That's okay. Podcast, album,
a book,
audio book.
Oh, okay. So I do have a book, actually. James actually recommended it to me just this week, and it is apparently one that I should have read a long time ago, but since I grew up as a little Christian girl, I would never have read it. So this is called The Clan of the Cave Bear. So I am going to read that. I've read maybe a chapter or so, and it's pretty serious. It just gets right in there, and it's I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I have, what else have I been reading? Oh, I did. So I do have a computer, so sometimes I watch something, but it's very rare. But I really like The Handmaid's Tale, and I binged that during the quarantine. But I'm actually back to work on Thursday
for the quarantine.
It's insane. It's insane, but it's so good. And I'm back to work on Thursday, so there probably is not going to be much reading or watching, but yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
Beth wishes back at work. At least you'll have lots of time and emotional bandwidth to bring to work with you.
Exactly. Yeah, my kids will be happy. They're like, "What does this game take so long all the time?"
And why does it sound so boring?
Yeah, no, they're like, "You're always smiling when you're talking about the game."
Just
I was
kidding,
like, "I guess I don't smile any other time."
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
geez. Well,
yeah,
that's good. That's what we want is like you haven't. There's some people who take it really really seriously. Some people who just try and enjoy their time, right? And you've definitely tried to enjoy it. I was surprised. I think knowing kind of how busy you are and the lifestyle that you have with your kids and where you live, that I was surprised at how active you were in the social aspect of the group chats and just literally pushing the conversations forward and coming in with jokes and also like not backing down and making fun of other people when they deserve it. And, stand up for yourself as well. And I was really happy to see all that. And I think you did a really good job in the game. And obviously the tribe swap, screwed you as it did Andre and Dave as well. But, I keep saying everybody's going to get voted out except for 2 people. And so this was kind of, where it ended for you. But I really appreciate it and hope you had a good time.
I did. It was good. I told a few people about it, and they're like, "Why didn't you tell me before? I totally would have signed up." So, if you do it again, or when you do it again, then I'll have a couple more ladies who want to join up. Yeah.
Oh, good. Maybe we should do an all ladies season.
That'd be awfully
Like a
catty, I bet. That would be an absolute nightmare. We probably get like our cycles synced or something. It would be awful.
yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, cool. Well, on that note.
Yeah, let's talk about periods actually for another couple minutes.
You guys can. I'll drop off.
Oh, gosh.
No, that's awesome. You played a great game, Amanda.
Thank you.
Did.
It was nice meeting you, Meg. Mike, nice seeing you again. We hadn't talked in a very long time, so.
I know. Well, we'll keep in touch throughout this. I'm going to add you to the Exile Island chat. Don't feel like you have to even participate.
Oh no, I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Good.
Yeah,
all they want is everyone to come in and spill the beans and throw people under the bus, and so they'll be happy to have you there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Well,
awesome.
Enjoy the weekend and enjoy your free time again.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Right.
Bye, Meg.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too.